The world of K-pop is crazy. There are certain moments in the fandoms that are straight out of fanfics. This is why we are bringing you a roundup of all the K-pop facts that are 100% true, even if they sound fake. Let's talk about a story that feels like it's straight out of a K-drama, only it's 100% real. Did you know NCT Dream's Chenle and Jisung met way before joining SM Entertainment? Back when they were kids, they were on the same children's TV show in China in 2013. Jisung was dancing and Chenle was singing. Their acts were right next to each other on the set list, so they ended up sitting together in the audience and even took a photo. Years later, when they both joined SM and debuted in NCT Dream, they didn't recognize each other at first. It wasn't until fans found the old photo that they realized they'd already met. Funny enough, Chenle said when he moved to Korea, he wondered if he'd ever meet his first Korean friend again. And it turns out it was Jisung all along. Talk about fate, right? Speaking of fate, there was a time when you could send birthday cakes to your idols. But alas, for the new K-pop fans, the tradition is now over. Back in June 2016, 17's Carrots went all out for June's 20th birthday, sending him around 65 extravagant cakes. June even shared a photo surrounded by the jaw-dropping display, earning the nickname Birthday King. Just days later, Hoshi celebrated his birthday on June 15th with his own collection of cakes and rice wreaths, following the same sweet tradition. Fans were thrilled, but then everything changed. After Hoshi's celebration, the cake-filled birthday post stopped, leaving fans puzzled. It turns out Pledis Entertainment quietly stopped accepting cakes as gifts for 17. While no official explanation was given, it marked the end of an iconic era in K-pop fandom culture. So yes, sending cakes to your bias was once real, but it's history now. Following the footsteps of 17, other companies have dropped the tradition too. In another no-so-fake news, Super Junior's Yesung once found himself in an unexpected situation, lost and unsure how to get home. But who came to his rescue? None other than his sasaeng fans. Yesung, knowing these fans were a little too familiar with his personal life, allegedly turned to them for help. Since they already knew the way to his new dorms, he asked them for directions. And yes, thanks to his sasaengs, Yesung managed to get home safe and sound. It seems like Super Junior knows a thing or two about fan behavior because Heechul used to write fanfics and post them on Instagram and Psyworld. Sounds unreal, but fans have receipts. He has recommended his fics several times and even admitted to writing a Uhyuk Donghae fanfic because he was bored. He also once wrote a story about Hani from EXID being his sibling and the dynamic duo going hunting together. Allegedly, he had written this fic in a car during a traffic jam. If that's not enough, even Shindong and Donghae have recommended fics written by Heechul to their fans. And well, let's say that the tags weren't safe for work. If you search through a Minho, you'll find Heechul's written masterpieces. And spoiler alert, he really knows how to write your name content. Second-generation idols were really unhinged, and we are here for it. Another jaw-dropping fact that you might not believe is Hyori's impressive Guinness World Record for the highest number of front-page newspaper appearances in 2003. If you're an older K-pop fan, you'd know that Hyori's hit song 10 Minutes was everywhere, and the craze around the tune made her appear on the front pages 891 times. What you don't realize is that Hyori single-handedly changed the game for female icons in the industry. Before 10 Minutes, the media had expected female singers to act shy and conservative instead of firing up the stage. But Hyori wasn't afraid to embrace the appeal around her and fully tapped into her provocative image. Her iconic influence on K-pop was dubbed Hyori Syndrome as millions of fangirls began to copy the singer's style and clothing. But perhaps nothing comes close to the clout that SHINee has. Believe it or not, even President Obama gave the group a shout-out while talking about decades of friendship between the US and South Korea. Obama's remarks came at the 8th Asian Conference, and lo and behold, his speech went viral in Korea. The president had mentioned that many young Americans are learning Korean to understand SHINee's music, and honestly, where is the lie? He also knew that SHINee really likes In-N-Out burgers. Now, there's another reason why this moment became super viral. You see, by the time Obama exposed himself as a Shawol, there was an odd fanfic that was making circles everywhere. Yep, we are talking about the infamous Obama Taemin fic that was both hilarious and bizarre. Yet, the US SHINee saga doesn't end there. Back in 2017, the First Lady, Melania Trump, got upstaged by Minho during an event for the Winter Olympic Games. President Trump's wife was excited to see a whirlwind of middle school girls cheering for her, but in fact, it was the SHINee's Minho who was creating all the buzz. So yeah, instantly, Melania Trump's viral upstaged moment became a meme in South Korea. Now memes are the heart and soul of K-pop, but one very meme-worthy moment that we often sleep on is the feud between Wiz Khalifa and Taeyeon. Yep, the unlikely pair got into a row during the 2016 Mama when the US rapper was all set to perform his hit See You Again with Taeyeon, but when he appeared on the stage, he was alone. Rumors kicked in. Allegedly, Taeyeon had dropped out of performing at the minute because she was feeling sick. She told a different story though, as at least according to her her, it was Wiz Khalifa who had blindsided her, and she dragged the rapper on her Instagram story. Luckily, the feud was later solved, but the unlikely rivalry made the entire thing hilarious. And you know what else is hilarious? GOT7 losing their table at the 2019 Mamas because they could not stop playing bottle flip. The management had warned them to stop disrupting the ceremony with their goofy antics, but the boys had different plans. Even though they won big that night, Worldwide Fans' Choice and the Favorite Dance Performance Awards, their table got confiscated halfway through the show. But then, Agase witnessed them playing bottle flip on the floor. Yep, GOT7 seemed to be a bit phased when they got a scolding from the management, but they continued with their antics. Guess some scores are more important than winning prestigious awards. Now let's move on to some horrifying K-pop facts that are shockingly 100% real. Stray Kids IN once revealed a chilling story during his trainee days that sounds straight out of a thriller. While visiting the Konkuk University area, someone stopped him, claiming he had bad energy and needed help. At first, IN thought it was a recruiter, but the person's eerie accuracy about his struggles as a trainee intrigued him. Feeling vulnerable, he followed them to what turned out to be a cult's base. IN described the building as something straight out of a horror webtoon. He was asked to change clothes and led into a room with a mysterious statue where kneeling members rose to congratulate him as a newcomer. Things took a darker turn when they demanded money to repay the god and warned him not to tell his parents. Looking back, IN said the experience was horrifying, realizing he could have been kidnapped. Luckily, he escaped unharmed. Speaking of escaping unharmed, Joy from Red Velvet almost suffocated herself and Yeri in their shared room. Yep, the fiasco began when Joy spotted a roach around her bed and instantly went to the nearest store to buy the most powerful insect killer. And then prompted, she almost sprayed the entire bottle in the room while she and Yeri were still inside. It's not shocking that both started to choke on the air, but thankfully they ran out of their room before the situation turned serious. According to Joy, that day, she finally understood how roaches feel when we spray insect killer on them. Now onto a story that has no real proof, but it is 100% real. Super Junior debuted in 2005 under SM Entertainment, paving the way as one of K-pop's most iconic second-generation groups. Among the members was Han Geng, who made history as the first Chinese K-pop idol. But his debut wasn't easy. Han Geng faced intense restrictions due to visa laws that limited foreign performers' appearances on Korean broadcast shows. To comply with these rules, Han Geng was forced to wear a mask during performances, hiding his face to avoid fines or potential deportation. Enter Heechul, Han Geng's closest friend in Super Junior. During one of their performances, Heechul did the unthinkable. He boldly pulled off Han Geng's mask right in the middle of the stage. He didn't just stop there, he encouraged Han Geng to step forward and take the spotlight, rules be damned. The sheer audacity of Heechul's actions left everyone stunned. Breaking the rules in such a public way was unheard of at the time, especially for an idol under a company as controlling as SM. Heechul knew the risks, fines, backlash, and potentially jeopardizing Han Geng's career, but none of it mattered to him at that moment. For Heechul, his friend's dignity and visibility were far more important than playing it safe. Unfortunately, SM deleted all footage from the performance, but Han Geng has confirmed that this super unbelievable incident is real. Our other favorite hard-to-believe story is also kinda insane. Let's talk about Mark Lee. Yes, the K-pop idol who debuted not once, not twice, but 4 times and still somehow manages to dominate the scene like it's no big deal. But here's the kicker. Mark's rise to stardom wasn't even part of his plan. In fact, it was his brother who wanted to be an idol, not him. Mark was just your average high school kid in Vancouver, focused on school and living a low-key life. Then came SM's global auditions in his city. Mark wasn't exactly rushing to attend, but fate had other ideas. On the exact day of the auditions, Mark's teachers decided to go on strike, leaving him with a completely free schedule. With nothing else going on, he figured, why not give it a shot? That one decision changed everything, and Mark Lee went from a regular kid to a K-pop legend in the making. Destiny, right? Like Mark Lee, EXO Sehun also has one of the funniest K-pop origin stories. As a kid, he was followed home by a strange woman who was determined to recruit him. She asked for his mom's phone number, but Sehun, ever the cautious elementary schooler, replied, "My mom said not to talk to strangers." Little Sehun was pretty determined about the stranger danger, and to avoid talking to the women, he ran for more than 30 minutes at a flashing speed, but the women kept chasing him. At one point, Sehun was convinced that he was getting abducted. After relentless pursuit, he finally caved and gave the woman his mom's number. Guess he was tired of sprinting. Turns out this stranger was an SM Entertainment recruiter. She called his mom, and just like that, little Sehun went from dodging strangers to stepping into the world of K-pop superstardom. EXO members gotta have the funniest stories of all time. This reminds us, do you know about the time when Kai was caught in a dating scandal with none other than SHINee's Taemin? Okay, you won't believe this, but turns out that Taemin was routinely sneaking out late at night night to allegedly meet his girlfriend. Paparazzi, including Dispatch, had gotten wind of this rendezvous, but Taemin was always successful in ditching the cameras. But one time, he was taking a walk in the park when Dispatch finally chased him down. But to their surprise, Taemin wasn't just with any girl. He was actually goofing around with Kai all that time. To be fair, both of them looked a bit too comfortable with each other, sparking dating rumors. Dispatch was quick to publish photos online, and Kai Taemin shippers understandably had a field day. We bet they still look back to this and have a good laugh with each other.